everybody out there, my name is Kris Nicholson. First, I would like to congratulate our 46th president who's been sworn in yesterday, which is Joseph R. Biden, and our very first woman vice president, Kamala Harris. And I can't believe it, our first not only woman vice president, but African American, Asian descent woman. And I tell you this is going to change. It's so beautiful. I am so happy. It's a new year. It's 2021. That reminds me is that I have to do some updating here in the studio. This board right over here has been with me for a while. Even when I was actually moved to Florida and I started studio work, this board has been with me for a long time. This is my old Mackie mixing board, and it's kind of a little bit worn out, everybody. So I'm gonna have to do some updating, or I have to get that fixed, which is, it's just a lot of work just to do. I probably could fix it myself just by looking at tutorials. There's a lot of keyboards that I had. A lot of people's asking me, what happened to my humongous keyboard collection? My keyboard collection basically just diminished throughout the years. I mean, I had so many of them. I had up to like probably 250 keyboards in this one room alone. And it got to the point that my room just basically smelled like plastic. It smelled like plastic, and it was like the keyboards were frictioning up against each other, and some of them just stopped working. So my keyboard collection has basically just diminished out of most of the years. And what I did too is I sold many of them, and I gave a lot of them away to children in need. So I donated some of my keyboards to like after school programs, and also basically kids that they'd never seen a keyboard before, but they wanted to actually get into music. So that's one thing about my keyboard collection. Only keyboards that I collect is like the best of the best that I really love and I cannot get rid of. So that's one thing about my keyboard collection. A lot of people has been asking me about my modules. They said, Kris, how come you have not done any review on any of your modules? And you're right, I have like probably 25 modules. And I have 2 bays on each side of my studio right over here. Plus I have this, my new Roland XV5080 and my new Roland Phantom XR, and I have not done any reviews on them. Plus some of my professional keyboards like my Core Kronos and my Roland Phantom right over here, I have not done any reviews on them. So what I want to do 2021 is actually start bringing out those new reviews on them, and all of the other keyboards that I haven't done any reviews on to do it. So a lot of people has been asking me, okay, why don't you do a review on this and we do a review on that? Plus the newer keyboards that are coming out of 2021, I'm going to start to get. Like I have basically the Yamaha PSR EW 310. I used to have the 300. I just sold the 300, and I'm sorry I have not done a review on it, but I got the 310, and I'm definitely going to do a review on it. Okay, now since we have a new administration in the higher office, I am taking all of my political views and just muting them, because what I want to do now is I want to focus more on my music. I want to focus more on my music, and also I want to focus more on basically music. Basically just arranging, piano playing. The last 4 years has been, to me, just basically very depressing. I lost family members. I lost friends due to COVID. You know, I'm still not over the death of my mom. I'm still not over it. I lost my mom and my dad. So my parents, I'm still not over the death of them, because it's very hard. And lots of things have been through my mind. I've been trying to clear, trying to move on, trying to do an update of a lot of things. So that's another thing that's going to be fully rejuvenated and updated. I've been a lot happier now. I've been basically working with Williams, and you're going to see a lot more videos of the more Williams products that's going to be coming out. You're going to see more videos of basically tutorials of the Williams products, and you're going to also see more videos of concerts me performing. Well, right now, since it's the pandemic, it's going to be virtual concert with the Williams Symphony Grand. And a lot of people, they're like, oh, can you do these features? How does this rhythm sound? How does this sound? How does the voices sounds on it? And what's more of the features on it? So I am going to be doing more videos on the Williams products. Also, you're going to see me here in studio. So I noticed that there is lots of stuff in my studio. So you're seeing this right now. You don't realize that this is my studio / bedroom. So sometimes I have to convert this into basically a production keyboard studio, which I'm just actually working on one keyboard and showing you guys what I'm doing with one keyboard. And then after that, at the end of the day, I have to take down the materials. Like, say, sometimes I hide my mixing board, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So you're going to see a lot more videos coming from me in this room and also in the piano selection room that I have. By the way, everybody, another thing is that since the pandemic, our store actually closed down, and I got more and more pianos. So the pianos came to my house. I have over like 25, probably 25, 26, 27 pianos, I think. I have a lot of pianos, grand pianos and upright pianos. Some of them I'm going to keep, and some of them I'm just going to give away to actually schools and kids that are in need and everything. So please, guys, don't ask me for a piano. If you don't know me, don't ask me for a piano, because I know what I'm going to actually be doing with these pianos. And I just want to give it to schools that or churches that that are really, really in need, that are basically attached to my friend circle, There's the kid that I am going to actually acknowledge that is getting a piano this week. And he's one of my he's one of my fans, one of my biggest fans. He's been watching my videos and trying to do boogie woogie and everything like that. And his name is Brandon. So he doesn't realize that he's going to be getting a piano. I hope he doesn't see this video. But he's going to be getting a piano. I'm replacing his old Wurlitzer Spinet piano with a newer piano that's going to be more in tune and everything. So I like to do that. I like to give from the kindness of my heart to kids that basically want to learn how to read music, and not just read music, but just learn how to play music and express their inner self playing the piano and everything. So a lot of people's asking me, what happened to my big, humongous Casio collection? I had over 100 Casios. I still have Casios here, and a lot of people, don't get me wrong, I have not abandoned any companies like Casio, Yamaha. I love all different companies, and I'm friends with a lot of people, and also the product managers from each and every company. The reason with the Casios that I had to get rid of a lot of them is because I started doing studio work, and they were just taking up a lot of space. Plus, a lot of them I have not been using. My room smelled like plastic, like a heavy plastic smell. And it's weird. I have a cat. Her name is Casio, and her litter box is like right underneath here. And I'm gonna be honest with you, all you smelled was out of my room like a thick, heavy plastic. And I'm so glad I didn't get sick out of that. That some of the keyboards I was not using, not just Casios, but old Yamaha PSR keyboards, I was just not using. And I just, before they croaked, some of them, gonna be honest with you, that they were so much compressed that I couldn't even turn it on that much. So I used them for parts to fix the other ones. And also the ones that are really, really good, and I fix them up and I have no use for them, that I know that I cannot sell anymore, I actually gave away 25 keyboards to an after-school program. And I was so happy to do that, because when I gave that to them, they said a lot of these kids have not even seen a keyboard before, or a piano. Not only I gave them a keyboard, but I gave them like a spinet piano too. Actually, my sister did, because it was her piano, and I replaced her piano with a better piano. So that's one thing about it. A lot of the keyboards have just gone. I decided to actually focus more on music arranging and also basically style arranging. So I'm doing styles for Williams, which is very good. And I am working on even the newer products that are going to be coming out, which I cannot tell anybody. It's going to be a big, big secret. So I'm going to be actually doing demonstrations for Williams and a lot of their products. And I am so happy to be on that team. So a lot of people's like, okay, you're working for Williams. Does that mean you're going to actually discount all the other companies? No, because I am still a keyboard reviewist. And what I do is I like to take any keyboard like this Roland G70 that I have here and my Yamaha Genos and review it no matter what. On top of that, while I'm reviewing the keyboards, I'm actually studying the keyboard. So I could be playing the keyboard, I'm studying the voices, how the voices react with each other. Also, I'm studying what is so good about this keyboard. I'm studying the styles. I'm like, maybe they could have done something a little bit better with this style. Or this style's too old, why did they put this in there? So I'm studying the style, I'm studying the profile of the keyboard every time I buy it. So even though I'm doing stuff for Williams, I'm still buying like Yamahas, Casios, Rolands, Korgs, Techniques. I'm still buying Techniques. I love the Techniques keyboards. I've been studying them more than any of these other ones right here. You know why? Because Techniques started, they broke barriers and started a lot of stuff. So I've been studying Techniques for a long, long time. Okay, so that's gonna be the new tradition for 2021, is that mostly it's gonna be music. You know, cut the politics out. You know, we already just we're in a new administration. This is gonna be a new year, and this time around, I go to NAMM, and because of the pandemic, there's no NAMM. It's a virtual NAMM show. So, but you know what? When the pandemic just basically finally we get over it, and everybody starts doing the social distancing, and the pandemic clears up, you'll see me at the NAMM show again. And believe me, I'll be there in full force. I'm going to go to every single company, see what I can do to help partner up with them. There's new apps, by the way. There's one app that I want to mention. It's called 4D Piano, which you're going to see me talk about that app and become basically almost like an endorser for that app. I'm going to be still doing the apps for like the Ravenscroft, which is the iOS app for the 270, the Ravenscroft 270 iOS app. I'm going to be doing more of that because I met them at NAMM, and they're such nice people from UVI Labs. I'm going to be doing more videos of that. What else I'm going to be doing? There's lots of other stuff. By the way, I might end up taking this whole room apart. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to probably take this whole room apart and redoing it all over again, because there's some, I mean, like in the back of this mixing board, there's some bad wires that I have to change. So one by one, and wires could be expensive, you know, basically cables and all different kinds of wires. It could be expensive. Number two, this room is fully soundproof, and it's hot in here. So every time I do a video, I have to turn off my fans. I have a fan right there, and I have a fan right over here. This fan is going to be replaced with something even more quieter and more powerful. And that fan over there is definitely going to be replaced because I had that for like years. I have to just basically redo the whole profile of the room. A lot of people's asking me too, what is on my ceiling? So to answer that question, there is soundproofing all around. I have panels that are fully soundproof, and I got them from a music store that was closing. It was called, I'm not going to name the music store because, you know, I don't want to ruin the reputation. And they had in each room all this soundproofing, and I'm like, what are you going to do with it? They said, we're just going to throw it out. No, you're not. So I had the foam, the regular foam soundproofing. When I had that, I couldn't breathe in this room. And from the room smelling like plastic and everything, oh my gosh, I couldn't breathe. On top of that, my cat climbed up on every single one of the foam that I had and scratched the hell out of it. So I had to remove every single one of the foam because it started getting into the air ducts. And we had to clean the air ducts, which was a mess. So we got those, and a lot of people say, okay, so you replace the foam with these wood boxes, and it helps the sound a lot. It helps the acoustics a lot, which is really cool. You're not going to believe this, but those are my sister's kitchen cabinets. I looked at the wood, I said, you're not throwing away those wood. And I took the kitchen cabinets and decorated my whole studio with it. And it helps, every time I do the sound, it helps reflect the sound the way how it is. And I never thought that, because when I exit this room, and I have 4 other people living with me, and I exit this room, you can't hear anything from the other side of the door. You know, which is pretty cool. So I try to make it cat proof, that the cat won't scratch anything, and soundproof, which is very good. But at the same time, while I'm talking to you, I am sweating. All right, so guys, this, and I'm going to repeat it again, this is a new year, a new administration in the White House, and this is going to be a new KMNKeyboardVault, which is Kris Nicholson. They also call me Brown Bear because of the skin, and also right over there is a humongous brown bear. And it's going to be a new channel that I'm actually going to be reviewing products on. So you're going to see a lot of my modules, a lot of my keyboards, and also more about the Williams products, because I tell you this, I go by those products 100%. I absolutely love them. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please do me a favor, wear your mask, take care of yourself, social distancing if you have to. You know, our pandemic has risen, and we're trying to stop it. You know, I lost my friend. His name is Brandon Robinson. I lost him in March, and it was not my birthday's in March. It was not the best birthday present. It was terrible, you know. So, and I lost my grandmother, and you know, you guys probably lost somebody during this pandemic. And the coronavirus, or as I say, COVID-19, is real. So please wear your mask, be safe, be conscious with other people. You know, if they're not wearing your mask, please be away from them. And I don't want to lose you guys too. So that's basically it, everybody. Thank you so much. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is that the project pianos that I'm doing, I'm going to be doing more videos on them. And a lot of people's like, why don't you do a video of you doing it at the same time? It's a lot of work. But I'm going to show you guys the finished product, and I'm going to explain about it. So guys, I love you. Thank you so much. Have a nice day, and take care of each other. Bye-bye, everybody. Big kiss from me. Mwah.